Greeting Japan fans. Today we're going to talk about what goes wrong, both our outside and inside perceptions, when we don't completely take charge of the vacuum of information. There's been a change in the staffing. Now, that can be perceived in many different ways, both internally and externally, and usually it's perceived the wrong way. We're going to talk about that today. Maishu, arigatou gozaimasu, and welcome back to the Leadership Japan series. I'm your host in Tokyo, Dr. Greg Story, President of Dalkani Train Japan, and the best-selling author, Japan Sales Mastery. We're broadcasting around the world from Minato-ku in the center of Tokyo, the leadership capital of Japan. This podcast brings insights, examples, experience about leading in Japan. Trust me, it is different here. If you have feedback on the show or you have preferences about potential future topics, then leave us your comments. You might also enjoy the Presentations Japan series and the Sales Japan series wherever you get your podcast. This one on leadership we release every week, Wednesday night, midnight, Tokyo time. Now, before we get going, today's handy Japanese phrase is, how much is that? What's the price? Ikura desu ka? Ikura desu ka? How much is the cost? Ikura desu ka? Ikura desu ka? How much is the price? Ikura desu ka? Ikura desu ka? What's the cost? Ikura desu ka? Ikura desu ka? How much do I have to pay for that? Ikura desu ka? Ikura desu ka? Ikura desu ka? Ikura desu ka? And if you want to be really polite, you could say, o ikura desu ka? 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 So how much is it? O ikura desu ka? This is episode number 314. And today we're talking about killing rumours and misconceptions. Staffing is a subject that gets a lot of attention from those within and without the organisation. Those outside see staff movements as a bellwether of how the company is travelling. High turnover indicates disruption and uncertainty about the future. Rapid high turnover indicates real trouble within the ranks. When executives arrive in Japan, they often discover a lot of deadwood, and they get about cleaning them out. They are wholly focused on internal issues. The outside perspective hasn't been a consideration in their minds. They have forgotten about their competitors and how they will try to use this information to damage the firm. They think they can operate in a vacuum. Japan being such a risk-averse culture, unscrupulous rivals have a field day playing up your instability and therefore heightened risk as a business partner. I remember running ads for sales staff when I was in Osaka. I merrily ran the ads looking to expand the sales team. Now, I knew that, but interestingly, our rivals took that as a sign of weakness, not strength. Japan loves secrets and rumours. With everyone living on top of each other for centuries, keeping secrets is almost impossible, and salacious talk and spreading rumours are up there with dining out and shopping as national sports. It was made to look as if we were in chaos, and there was high turnover in the ranks. Our customers began to ask probing questions about our stability. No doubt they were doing this after they'd been briefed by our competitors on what a mess we were and how we were not a suitable supplier anymore. That negative fallout from the ads never occurred to me in a million years because I was upbeat, focused on the positive, the expansion, the growth. After that near-death experience with our customers, I made sure that every ad thereafter had the explanation that we were hiring because we were expanding. What was the additional costs of including those few vital words in the ads? Nothing. It was only my ignorance and single focus that allowed our rivals to seek a way in. Find out more when we come back from the break. Today's show is brought to you by our Step Up the Leadership program. This is a one-day program for new leaders. They've been promoted. They need to be trained now on how to be a leader and what's the difference to what they're doing before. September the 2nd, we have the next one-day program. Very good program. One day takes care of everything. What is your role now? How do you coach? How do you communicate? How do you do performance evaluation? Takes care of all that for you. If you have existing leaders who really, they don't seem to know much about leading and they don't do a very good job, then that's probably because they've never been trained. They've just been promoted into the position of leadership but never trained and never given any subsequent training. This is the time now to backfill. This is the time to fix that problem. So you need leadership training for managers. Perfect course for you. 7 weeks long, 3.5 hours of time. And this next program will start November 5th. Go for 7 weeks, starting November 5th. Leadership training for managers. So for Step Up to Leadership for new leaders and leadership training for managers for existing leaders, they are going to be starting very, very shortly. All the details are on our website, enjapan.dalecarnegie.com. Now, you might like to go and look at our YouTube channel. We've got over 800 training videos there. That is at Japan Dale Carnegie TV on YouTube. Also, my own TV show comes out every week on Tuesday. The Cutting Edge Japan Business Show is there as well. And if you do anything to do with influencing Japanese people, you've got to get my book, Japan Sales Mastery. That is the Bible. That will help you a lot. Welcome back. The same issues can arise from within. Whenever there is an organizational change, do people start high-fiving each other, celebrating the new structure as a way to steal a march on the competitors? No. They're concerned about losing their jobs or having somebody invade their turf, lose face, or being dragged kicking and screaming out of their comfort zone. This is a great breeding ground for rumours. The formal explanation of what and why this is happening never seems to outpace the rumours. The top executives are all on board with the changes because they thought of them. But for everyone else, this is new. In the vacuum, the rumour mill kicks into high gear. The impact is everyone forgets about the customer, the competitors, and concerns themselves with their own best interests and imagining all the bad things that are about to unfold. We have to make sure that every person is spoken to directly, and so quash the rumours and misinformation before they can gain momentum. Yes, this takes time, but the focus on the customer and the competitor is where we want people concentrating, rather than on what is going on inside the firm. They need to get back to work, and the sooner their fears and concerns can be addressed, the faster they can do that. When people quit, the assumption is there is something wrong in the company. Key people departing is especially unnerving for a lot of people who immediately jump to all sorts of misconceptions about what this means for their own security or the stability of the enterprise. Sending out a blanket email heaping praise on the departing is guaranteed to set up the vacuum, allowing it to weave its magic spell of impending doom for the survivors. We need to tell each person one by one what is going on and assure them that everything will be okay. We will find a great replacement. We can carry on in the departing person's absence. It is not the end of the world. This is time-consuming, but it is the best way to ensure that the official version is the only version floating around. Action steps. 1. When you have turnover, whether it is positive or negative, be aware of external perceptions about the change. That perception will always be a negative one, so prepare to counter it. 2. When a vacuum in information appears, it will be filled with rumours and misinformation, so you have to grab hold of the narrative and control it. 3. Internally, make sure every single person is spoken to directly, and don't imagine for 1 second that a blanket email will do the trick. It won't. Thank you for joining the Leadership Japan series. If you found the program useful, then tell your family, friends and colleagues. You can contact me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Also remember, to access your Dale Carnegie training free reports, white papers, ebooks, training videos, blogs, newsletters, course information, plus much, much more, go to enjapan.dalecarnegie.com. Watch our videos at Japan Dale Carnegie TV on YouTube. Start reading Japan Sales Mastery. Listen to my other podcasts, the Presentations Japan series, the Sales Japan series, wherever you get your podcast. Watch my TV show, The Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, premier show in Business Japan on YouTube. Comes out every Tuesday. Don't forget, we will be running Step Up to Leadership September the 2nd, Leadership Training for Managers November the 5th. All the details are on our website at enjapan.dalecarnegie.com. Until the next episode, take what you thought valuable, put it into action, because idea application is what makes winners winners. So be one of them.